Welcome to Ag Shorts. I'm Kalen. He is Brandon. He's my dad. I'm the kid. Dad, when it comes to supplies and hoarding supplies for the ranch, how does that work? Why do you do it? And what kind of things do you tend to hoard when you get a hold of them?
Your mother's the worst one about this, actually.
I should have done it with her, but maybe we'll do a part two with her.
Yeah, she has a thing about fencing supplies, having plenty of steel posts, lots of wire. I mean, at the drop of a hat, if she commands me to go build a mile of fence, we've got the ability to do it. So but those are things that are not perishable per se. You like to you hoard a little bit of, and you don't hoard it, you just get plenty to use so that you're not running to town all the time for, like your minerals and your salts and things like that. You buy ahead so that, again, it's making efficiency of your movement. When you go to town, go take a trailer and go buy 2-3 pallets worth of or 2 or 3 ton of cow cake, because you're going to use it up in the wintertime. So I don't think that's hoarding, but the fencing is she's definitely got a hoarding issue there.
Yeah, there's a small stockpile.
Yeah, exactly.
That we intentionally hide so people don't see it.
Right. Yes. Yes. There's a few things like leather.
Yeah.
You got to think about having plenty of leather on hand, because you never know when you got to make a strap out of a piece of cowhide or some stuff we've got there, or an assortment of leather straps where you can go ahead and make something quickly out of that.
Or strap, like I'm thinking about metal strap and some sheets and stuff like that we occasionally have on hand, just in case we need to start building some.
Right. Well, not everybody does that. I mean, you've got some metal. Yeah, you're right. Metal strap of different sizes, and you're talking 20-foot long, 24-foot chunks. Pipe for fencing. That's kind of, I again get talked into buying a pile of pipe so that we have plenty of that when we need to put up a bunch of corral panels, posts, things like that. Some of the pipe I use for brace posts, the cross braces, a really light pipe, a 2 3/8 inch pipe for that. That's super handy. I mean, those things, they'll last forever. Your great grandchildren should be able to see those pipes sitting out there and wonder who put them in. They'll blame you, and I'm the one who did all the work. Yeah. So, yeah, you're talking bar stock, round rolled stock, things like that. Pipe, small pipe, plate, all kinds of anything that you need that you might have to fabricate something. You don't throw that stuff away. It's, you never know when you're going to need a chunk of that stuff. And it sounds like hoarding, but I've mentioned this before. I grew up with Depression era grandparents, and by God, thank God, we had some of that stuff on hand even well after the Depression was over.
Right.
But it's those are some of the big things. The tack is important. Your mom's got a thing about plenty of garden hoses.
Yeah,
and
I don't get
electrical
that one,
cords.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, electrical cords I can get on board with.
Yeah, but I mean, those are somewhat perishable. All you got to do is run a grinder over the top of one. Is like, okay, now that's short, so we got to put some ends on that and rebuild it. Now we got 2 short ones. Yay, big win. So, fuel, and that, again, that's not really hoarding. It's about having it on hand.
Yeah.
I think there's a fine line between having plenty of things stocked up on that you don't need to go to town for when it comes up, and you know what, we're not going to be building 3 miles of fence this month. So that's kind of my perspective on that. But there's a lot of things that you need that you really just cannot do without, but you don't need that much of it.
Yeah. Well, that's hoarding from our perspective.